My name is Claire Collins and I'm an Associate of the Education and Training Foundation. Through this video I'm going to introduce you to the Offender Learning Exhibition site on the new Excellence Gateway. This site has been funded by the Education and Training Foundation. I'll focus on the teaching and learning resources designed to support practitioners across the offender learning sector. The Teaching and Learning Toolkit on the Offender Learning Exhibition site is designed to support practitioners. It includes materials gathered from many years of research and development, and over time it will provide links to new materials and effective practice examples. The toolkit includes such items as support for assessment, ideas for motivating reluctant learners, classroom and workshop learning materials, equality and diversity support, and English, Maths, ESOL and ICT resources and information. Let's take a look at some of the resources you can access in the toolkit. There are, for example, materials to support assessment. Assessment forms the basis of all good teaching and learning, and this is really important when working with offenders who are likely to have complex learning needs and may have had negative prior learning experiences. It's important because assessment must serve as a way in which to help learners see what they already know and what they can do to improve. And this helps to motivate them to undertake education and training activities with a positive mindset about their abilities. A development project at HMP North Sea Camp resulted in the development of holistic assessment materials aimed at identifying offender learners' maths and English needs, whilst helping to induct them to prison life and their local environment. The team used prison realia, including an adapted canteen and magazine articles about the prison as the basis for the assessment tasks, and details about this can be found in a case study in the toolkit. As another example, the Teaching and Learning Programme in England developed useful guidance for undertaking assessment for learning. Assessment for learning techniques such as effective questioning and medal and mission feedback are highly effective ways of formatively assessing learners and enabling them to recognise their own progress. This can have a positive impact on offender learners' engagement and motivation. There have been several studies into effective approaches for engaging reluctant learners and managing challenging behaviour, and these are key issues in offender learning contexts. CPD materials designed to support practitioners to engage and motivate learners include such techniques as using motivational dialogue. It may be that you have someone in your team with particular skills in this area who could download materials from the toolkit to lead a CPD session on this topic and contextualise the approaches for your particular circumstances. So before we move on to look at different sections of the Teaching and Learning Toolkit, it may be worth asking yourself some reflective questions. You can make notes of your answers to these in the guide that accompanies this toolkit, and also at the end of the guide where we have a section on the professional standards that relate to teachers and trainers in education and training. So for example, you could ask yourself, how are offenders assessed in your organisation? How does everyone working with offenders understand their individual learning needs? What techniques do you know of that help to engage and motivate reluctant learners? And how do you manage challenging behaviour?